So we're doing something new tonight, and that is we're introducing ourselves into actual reality instead of just sitting and talking in a session. So and I believe that there's a good possibility that as we do that, it gets the body harmonized with your peak experience of consciousness. So I think that instead of just going to bed after a meditation session or whatever it is that helps you have an expanded level of self-awareness, and that you want that to be the place where you're experiencing reality then you have to experiment with your ability to hold your consciousness open and to have your sense of self be stable in your wholeness. And so for me, that requires me to take some I have to slow things down. I have to start off still, and from that stillness I experiment with how aware I can be in the moment, how present I can be in my body. And then when I feel like I've got a stabilized sense of self that's quantum leap up from my normal, then I say, okay, I would like to take a walk and stay at this level of consciousness, not get sucked into personalities or physical interesting things about reality. I want to walk this body. I'm choosing to walk this body from my truth being realized already. And I'm not trying to say what the truth is, and I'm not trying to convert anybody to anything. I'm just, from my own experience, be still, assess my circumstantial truths, assess whatever I can connect to on my eternal truths, hold them all, have a sense of relief for taking responsibility for the light and the dark. And then, okay, now I'm integrating my wholeness into the body. The body's, traditions can say the body's profane. Okay, fine. And then whatever's divine is divine. Okay. But whatever's divine isn't something else. It's not someone else. It begins here in your own heart. Whatever that, even if your heart's a heart of darkness, you still gotta go within until you find the light of truth and let it blossom, and to begin to feel the radiance of what that is. And so every few seconds, if you have the luxurious opportunity to get yourself away from your phone and the internet and take a walk in life and find the pathway through the jungle of life. And you find there's a way that seems to be prepared for you, you know? You know, there's been some order put into your reality where you're not instantly having to kill or be killed in order to survive. So, you know, be grateful for the squares, you know, for the industrious, you know, for the people that the, you know, hippie community might say, you know, that it's, you know, they're what makes the physical world work, you know. It's okay. It's okay for each person to be what they are, because that's what makes the whole work. The hippies give the squares hope that someday they too can be free, can get outside their box and actually confront the actual living earth and find a way to, you know, appreciate something in life instead of making everything a commodity. You know, what is it that we need to do as the builders of physical reality? You know, how do we take a break and instead of trying to change everything there is about the earth by tearing down and rebuilding, you know, how do we maintain our sanity, you know, and enough so that we can take a look and see the effortless beauty of everything around us, even the you know, even that which is already going back to dust, you know. Perfectly imperfect, perfectly in a state of transformation. You know, and to move our bodies too. You know, how do we take pleasure in our experience of our body in the present moment? Well, first we have to experience whatever the body's yelling at us. The body has to say, oh, you're finally going to pay attention to me? Okay, here's my list of demands. You know? We are so in a constant battle, and most of it's your fault. You know, listen to us. We'll tell you how much we need to move and stretch and exercise. We'll tell you what we want to eat. But, you know, as a driven, responsible working person whose life is regulated and planned, you know, how do you, I mean, look at this beautiful tree. You know how many times I go into the world and say, I love my experience of that tree, you know, and look at this right in front of us is the rubble of a ancient Mayan plaza and temple. You know, none of it's been restored at all, and it's right here in our community, 2 blocks away from our house. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna go say hello. So some 1,000 years plus or minus, someone decided that this should be built. And they did such a good job that, you know, we can still see that they had some sort of intent in what they were doing. I don't know what it is. I suspect there's some sort of ceremonial role here. And if this were if this place were built for a ceremonial role, I wonder if it ever successfully achieved the aim of its creator and designer. You know, temple mounds like this would seem to be put together in such a way as to remind us of the divine. And, you know, is there different levels of divinity and different traditions, you know? The stories are different, to be sure, but is the truth different, regardless of how badly they communicate it? Because every time I experience something that's truly transcendent, you know, good luck at me describing it, even though, you know, I can talk a lot about it, but I can't share it. You know, I can't say anything other than it's beautiful to have that realization. So what realization is left? You know, which is the one that would actually be good enough that you know, we're at least out of school spiritually. You know, aren't you supposed to go to school and learn what's real and how things work and how to behave to get the results that you want? Why is it that we have to study religion and spirituality until we die and never know, and never experience, and never understand to the level of mastery, you know, of transformation? You know, I don't know the answers to that. I'm just dissatisfied with the with my personal experience of it, and my observation of others having similarly disappointed reactions to the amount of divine realization that they enjoy for themselves. And however, I'm not complaining, because I've had more bliss and happiness and joy in a concentrated period of time in the last month than I think any month I've ever had in this life. So things are moving in the right direction for me. And so I'd like this night, this monument, to be part of it. You know, what could we place upon the altar? You know, that would be something worthy for the divine to You know, funny thing about making offerings to the divine is if you have to get the divine's attention. It's the opposite. You know, the divine is always there. It's always aware. And it's our choice to be unconscious. So how can we utilize this as a touchstone, you know, for a moment where we shift into at least the next step better version of ourselves. How do we choose better? How do we choose a better tomorrow? Right now. Well, we have to choose a better right now to be able to choose a better tomorrow. So, you know, I'm a little bit sad. I'm a little bit doubtful. I'm a little bit melancholy. You know, my life's not the way I want it to be, even though I felt blessed for the first time in my life. You'd think that it'd make you continuously happy, but no, there's dissatisfaction with my life being the way that it is. And I'd like to be more grateful for what I have and how it is. Because right now I'm living a privileged life. And I'd like for that life to be well spent. Not in terms of creating enjoyment for myself, but in terms of the earth being happy that I'm here, you know. And not from acknowledgement, not from, you know, looking to achieve, you know, recognition from anyone or anything, but just simply from, can we say yes to our own authenticity here? And how much of it can we say yes to right now? You know, all of those thousands of hours by however many, probably hundreds of men it took to build whatever this monument was. And it's surely sacrilegious to them that I would be sitting on their altar, but at the same time, it served its purpose then. And I'm honoring that, not knowing anything about it, but by giving place to this time and this place and this altar and this rock to say, yeah, David, it's okay to awaken and be free. You know, you'll behave better when you are, so you don't have to feel bad about your past because you're choosing for a different reality about you. You're choosing to take that step, to make that transition. So feel it. Feel what it is to have a transformative shift. I think that's it. That new birth, the new earth, the new you, the awakening, the rapture, the enlightenment, it's you. So take this moment and open up as much as you can to it. Allow the body to be moved, to be shifted, to be transformed, to transcend all the collective agreements and all the individual condemnations. And as far as the people who built this, as long as they're not embodied this lifetime right now and they're on the other side and we're talking about their creation, I would like to think that they're happy we're here, doing our own communion with the divine. using it for its intended purpose. Maybe not according to the philosophy and the structure of the ritual, but tracing it back to the source, and that is to know the source within the experience of yourself. Then yes, it's okay for us to be here. And we're honoring the intent of its creation. So feel. Feel the body as it feels the truth of the realization that sets your consciousness and your body free. And stay in that opening. Open, and continually open for more and more. As a continuous thank you. Yes, and more please. Response to God's gift to you. Yes, thank you. Beautiful. More. Thank you. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. If it's not inappropriate, is it okay for me to have more and more? In other words, instead of just having some relief from my lies, my bad decisions, my crazy identifications, is it okay if we just end them all and I move back into my truth, my wholeness, my actuality? So I'm going to open, and I'm going to hope that the universe is supporting my return to being true to myself. Nothing to say, nothing to do, nowhere to go. The rest of reality is already divinely realized, and I'm left to choose as to whether or not I go into my truth, which is the same as all of their truths. Can I stop damning myself forever long enough to forgive myself and go back home to heaven, so to speak? It seems like the answer is yes. In fact, I'm sure the answer is yes, but it's still limited and constrained by my willingness to receive. And so I'm going to focus my attention on staying open to receive. You have to forgive yourself first, and then the doorway to truth opens. The past doesn't matter. You can forgive yourself for everything. The rest of the universe will also. As each aspect of the universe understands and realizes its own truth, it'll forgive all other aspects throughout time and space. So the changing conditions and the internal one for each one of us doesn't come from the outside. Well, I'd say that was worth the climb up this old ruin. I'm feeling some peaceful integration. Yeah, an easy breath. Yeah, reality will be fine here, you know. Stay open to it. Open to receive. Not just the truth that sets you free, but the abundance that facilitates everything happening, you know, in an orderly fashion. If you need that sort of thing. Which I like, but not so much that I'll cover up my truth. If I have to live a lie and to get something I want, I think that I'd prefer instead to live divinely true with that lie disappearing in the fire of transformation. Oh, we should go have a session on that house I wanted to rent. Oh, one near the beach. You know what? I think we got a nice spot right here. Look at this. Is that a good shot for the temple in the back? I can Well,
It might be
well,
that low, but I don't even.
thanks. Okay. But down a little bit, so yeah, out of my eyes. Thank you.
Okay,
Please.
this is what you look like.
Is it recording? I don't care.
Okay, it's recording.
Okay. So I'd like to say that doing a session, then going out for a walk, or if we have a group session, have it be in a place like this, would be nice. So let me know when you're all set. Okay, so I'd like you to relax and yeah, be present as a participant. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah. I like
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay. No intentions. Just stillness. As you choose stillness, your body will be free to readjust itself and reorient itself to a higher state of consciousness of the being. So, just stillness. So as we move into considering having an extended, maybe even multi-day explorations into the art of awakening, let's start at the end. It's not just the Garden of Eden. It's the divine celebration of the awakening of all mankind. All animal kind, all the insects, all the plants, all the mycelium, all the minerals, the air, the water, the earth. Every aspect of creation, divinely awakened, divinely realized, divinely loving consciousness, and celebrating the completion. Okay. From there, see our beginning in this here and now. And notice that there's innumerable paths of freedom that we could have walked on to end up in the divine celebration of all life, all consciousness, all creation. So the destination was available within every choice, which is why we can come together right here and right now and choose it. each one of us for ourselves. Because there's no prerequisites. There's no condemnation. There's no reason not to. So whatever changes in your body, in your heart, in your mind, as the truth sets you free, let it be an easy flow, a natural transformation. Let your dark night of the soul have a few night lights. And be so easily and quickly embraced by you that, you know, wasn't much of a speed bump. So, as we come together, you know, it's easy for us to, you know, be disappointed with ourselves and with each other for innumerable reasons. But as we're contemplating those, let's always come to the foundation point, and that is the people that we're with here are choosing to open to their truth. So they won't be that irritating fuck for much longer. There's nothing about you that can offend anybody that's going to stay that way as you realize your truth. And so your transformation will reveal your grace, your wisdom, your power, your charity. And thus your behavior will be exactly what the other person needs to crack a smile and go, I like this person, I love this person, I enjoy this person, I'm glad I'm here with them. So our personalities, our embodied identity, you know, that's is not real for our history. But it's real eternally, we know that for sure. So it's okay for us to erase the effects of our history. Not the fact that it has history, but the effects. The effects of our history. That heart opening last night. I'm sure you had your own.
More heart closing, but
Well, that's okay. Your heart's working. It's opening up and closing down. So it can change. It's not stuck. It's not damned. So no problem.
it's real.
Yeah, you're a real girl. You're not a Pinocchio girl. So we're going through a transformative shift already, you know. We keep thinking that we have to run back and somehow manage it and direct it, but really we're just coming back to the still waters of peaceful truths that invite us to come home to our wholeness. So, agreed, accept it, you know. God, make me at home in heaven wherever I'm at. And that wasn't a nice way to ask it. You can't expect God to actually honor you much when you're suggesting that your truth is broken and only someone other than your truth can set you free. I'm not against Jesus at all. I love him. What I'm against is something that doesn't work and waste your time. So what worked for Jesus? You know, why was he able to embody the divine and nobody else in the story did? Okay, so there was an energetic answer. You know, your mom was playing that game pretty well. So here's the answer right here. You can feel it. Let the answer develop itself in your experience of yourself right now. You know, allow it to swirl and pulse and flow, ebb and flow through your body. Educating your body, reorienting your mind. Yeah, peace is coming, or becoming a foundation of our experience. At least there's a correlation. I'm not saying that I myself am going to have a happy ending, happy ever after ending. I'm not asking for anything other than that, but I recognize that I have a past and things are set in motion and there's many different things that play upon outcomes, and I'm wishing for a divinely realized one. Feels good.
Well, What if we now choose to live happily ever after?
Well, you have to start off with the happily ever now. So, how much bliss can you hold in the moment? How much joy? How much love? How much compassion? And that'll give you an indication of your happily ever after. And it's a good one. But if you're building on other people's foundations, then you're taking on a set of rules and obligations that are consistent with the reality that you're interacting with. So you're human, you're female, you're a citizen of whatever, and subject to the obligations that you have as being a slave of your particular country. Sometimes slaves get out of line. They got to be taught a lesson. I'm trying to learn my lessons without them being forced on me, but who can say for sure? Okay. So I'd like to say that I'm grateful for each one of you. And I'm grateful that it's so easy for me to go for a walk and record it. It's not so much that I want it recorded, but there was a point where I was told by a very loving feeling that I should record all of my sessions, and so now 20 years later I'm beginning to. So but there's no time for more delays, and every day is a day for communication. Mm. Yeah, this feels good. Wow.
Nice to have a group session here.
Yeah.
Open fields and maps.
Yeah, even during the day.
Right by the ruin behind you.
We can organize a meetup.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Many people. Oh yeah.
We might need a mic though.
A bike.
A mic
Oh.
with like a speaker.
Oh, to hear. Yeah.
If we-
If you got that many people, yeah.
Well, I have to say that I'm satisfied to a great degree of this, of how I'm feeling about myself and how I'm opening. And yeah, it's finally, thank you. Thank you, body, thank you, mind, thank you, God. Mm. Mm. Thanks
Uh-huh.
to the graces.
And so it is.
Mm. Yeah, I just want to sit and feel it now. Oh. Mm. Yeah, see, you know, we can make it real simple and real easy a lot of times, you know, just, that's why I like doing them at night, you know, nobody really to bother you, and things are settled down and peaceful, and we can go for a walk and
Yeah.
find God along the way.
Tomorrow I'm gonna have a whole day without my phone. That's my commitment. I just want to have a nature day tomorrow.
Nice.
Because I need to listen to my body, to what it needs.
Why don't we all?
Are we cutting?
Well, no, we can walk on back,
Okay.
you know, but my point is, if we can broadcast live, you know, and do it in such a way that we're, you know, we got signals and everything, I think that'd be cool to do things like this. Mm. Yeah, I think we're good. I don't want to waste a bunch of your time hoping I say one clever thing. It's, that's an interesting question, because I'd love to be doing yoga, because it's uncomfortable maybe, but at the same time, each time I do it, my body screams in pleasure, saying, "Please do this more." Please, you know, because my body's so stiff and tense.
I have a really good, like, morning full body stretch, like 30 minutes. It's like yoga, but a little bit faster than I used to do. And you did start doing that in the morning on the beach.
May I ask you a question?
Sure.
Why do you deny yourself pleasure?
There's something, there's some mistake, something where I'm either punishing myself or thinking that somehow I'm behaving nobly by denying myself.
It's crazy. We know the things that make us feel good, yet we resist them.
Yeah.
Almost like we choose to suffer.
Yeah. So yeah, let's look at that.
Yeah.
Like not going
So
to the
when
ocean this morning.
we get to the top of the stairs, we'll turn the recording back on.
It's already.
Oh, okay. So Maddie, why do we prefer suffering over bliss?
I don't know if it's suffering or not.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because it's recognizable.
What would you say if you knew the answer?
What I say if I knew the answer? The question?
Yeah. Why am I actively choosing suffering?
Why are you actively choosing suffering?
Each one of us asking ourselves, particularly me asking myself, and you can look at it from your point of view, for my question for me, if you want. Why am I choosing to suffer? Is it because I believe in karma and that I haven't suffered for my bad behaviors? That could be true.
I think it might even be fear of the unknown trying to
Yeah, but there's so much that I know of the unknown. In other words,
But that's the
there's so much trust and my ability to surrender. You know, so.
What if it's your brain just liking
feeling
the routine?
unsafe.
Yeah, liking the routine that you have.
My routine is a very lazy routine.
Exactly,
It's not fulfilling at all.
Exactly. The brain likes repetition. The brain likes to feel like it's
Okay, so you know, I've grown to enjoy going to the gym, and so, you know, maybe if we expanded our circle a little bit more, if we were living where we should be living, and hopefully there's 50 people there that each are beautifully expert at some aspect of life that would like to embody ourselves. You know, I just imagine again the community of people who share with each other in a divinely expert, masterful way, you know, so that each one of us that is shut down in some aspect of our life and expert in another, you know, we kind of blow that balloon back up, you know, where we're well-rounded in everything.
Let's start tomorrow morning, I guess, with a morning session.
No, yeah, but see, we're just bowing to logic. What would compel us to be excited about doing it? You know, so no, but there's something that whatever it is that's in resistance, it's just saying, you know, it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
But we have to commit more to bliss than we're committing to suffering.
And what if the people that you do see who do it every day, the tantric stuff, the devotion to...
Oh, okay, so I've taken a couple of steps because I've added 2 new weekly appointments with you know, one for the body getting its suffering handled, you know. So for me there's the embodied tension of long-term suffering. So I think I've got that answer, you know, with my favorite person. And then the other parts of that too, you know, she and her roommate are going to, you know, share their mastery of the body being refined into light. So I guess I'm already, you know, sort of on my way there. I'm just complaining about right now.
Already happening.
Yet at the same time, I was feeling so blissful sitting on the grass that I just wanted to enjoy that moment.
Yeah. So we don't have to go back to work.
Yeah, we can take a break from these people. No, just put it down as we're walking by them. Yeah.
All this up.
Okay. So this tree was saying, "Come lean on me." See if I can let my back relax and kind of stretch out on the tree, you know, because a tremendous amount of my tension is my lower back. You know, and it's, and this is helping. So right now is the answer. You know, if I knew I was going to have this much relief in doing yoga in the morning, seemingly you couldn't get me away from it. And yet I'm suffering so much that I just want to stay unconscious and distracted from it when the solution's readily available. That's weird, isn't it? I guess that's part of a ADHD's life, you know, surrounded by every solution, and yet I can't reach the glass of the divine water that would shift my reality. So, but you know what? We're on the fast track now. This last month, April began with the Fool and ended with the Sublime. So we're going in the right direction.